What's good, everybody? This is your Cosmic Homegirl, and I am bringing to you the weekly forecast for the week that began May 23rd of 2021 and covering up until May 30th. I apologize that this is a little late. This eclipse is kicking my ass, to be honest with you guys. Eclipse and Mercury in shadow both hitting money and work houses for me, and yo, it's just been insane. Okay, you guys know that I'm more than just an astrologer. I wear many hats in these streets and have several different jobs. And I had a little of course, with Mercury retro in a money house, there was like a some financial bullshit that popped up that made me have to scramble and regroup and hustle really fucking hard, to be honest with you. So if I sound like crap, I'm super drained, and this eclipse is hitting me heavy like a freaking truck or something. So my apologies for that, and for this coming to you guys more in the middle of the week, but we still have a lot to cover. All right, so let's get to it. But before we do that, just a reminder that I do have horoscopes available. If you want to know about the eclipse, I still have the May one. I'll keep May up, maybe through the end of this week, and I'm going to have June up pretty soon. Horoscopes. So I do talk about Mercury retrograde, which it goes retrograde on the 29th, but we're already in the shadow period, even before the 29th. So let the fuckery begin with Mercury. If you want to know how that's affecting you based on your sign, you could still buy a May horoscope. Jupiter just entered Pisces. He'll be there also in June and July. And the eclipse in Sagittarius. Yes, if you want to know how that affects you, I do cover that in these monthlies for May. Okay. So you can still order one of those through the end of this week. So while this video is still current. And I still have the yearly horoscopes as well. Okay. For 2021. I'll probably be discounting those soon, because to make way for 2022, and the year is going to be halfway over. But yeah, I talk about the eclipses and all the Mercury retrogrades, even the ones that haven't even happened yet, the current ones and the future ones in 2021 in these horoscopes. Okay, so I go deep into that stuff too. I do have a Jupiter and Pisces forecast, and that covers, Jupiter currently in Pisces in depth, and also he'll be back into Pisces in 2022. So if you want to know how that affects your sign and also how it affects us collectively, I go really deep into that. So you can purchase that horoscope. And then also Saturn retrograde. Saturn just went retrograde as of the 23rd. Okay, the week that I'm covering. So I go really, really deep into that, and I do give horoscopes for that too. You can see excerpts of these, the first 15 minutes or so, or 30 minutes. Jupiter and Pisces is like fucking 2 hours long or something like that. I really dive into that because it's a year long. Saturn retrograde is going to be for 6 months this year in Aquarius. So this one's about an hour long, and I put like the first 15 minutes on YouTube. If you want to know how it affects you, most stuff, you can purchase this. Okay, but you guys can also join me on Patreon. I have a Patreon now, trying this thing out. And if you join the lowest membership tier, you can at least access those transit videos, like the ones I just mentioned, Saturn retrograde, Jupiter and Pisces. You can access those if you have a membership. I will be putting out even more transit videos that really dive into specific individual planetary transits, and they will all be going up on Patreon. Okay. I will be doing live streams again very soon. That includes Q&As that are only exclusive to Patreon, and also classes. I'll be doing some mini classes and posting them up on Patreon as well. And there's a lot of perks. So just go and check out my Patreon page, patreon.com/Cosmic Homegirl. You can find me there. You see, I already have Saturn retro. Got Jupiter and Pisces, parts 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys join me on there. I will be constantly putting content on here going forward. So come and join me on there. All right. Okay. One last thing. Sometime this week or weekend, my homegirl Apollonia, aka the astrology lady, if you guys like our live discussions and live streams and stuff where we just have regular ass girl talk and girl chats, but utilizing the language of astrology and also tarot, If you guys like those talks with us, we will be doing some stuff on Clubhouse. That's an app that it's only an app you can download on your phone. So far, I haven't seen it as a website available, but yeah, join us on there. You can actually talk to us live. It's like being on air on the radio, where you can call in and we can bring callers live to talk to us. So we're going to be discussing some really interesting astrology stuff, and we really want you guys to join us and give us feedback and call in, talk to us, can we talk? So we will be doing that very soon. Stay posted to my Instagram, where I will be posting a flyer. I'll try to remember to do this shit on YouTube also, like, in the little community tab, but I always forget. IG is where it's at for me, mostly in the stories, to post stuff like that. So yeah, follow me on Instagram. I'll keep you guys posted on when we will do our Clubhouse thing, and you can come and talk to us and let us know what are some of your experiences and what your sign is and all of that good shit. All right. Okay, so now we can get into the forecast, and let's hurry up. I might have to, there's a lot to cover, but I may have to kind of skip around a little bit because, I'm a Taurus stellium. Taurus rules the voice, and my voice is already kind of jacked up, so I may start losing it. So my bad if that happens in advance. Okay, so as I talked about, I'm not recording this on the 23rd. It's a couple days after, but just backtracking a little bit. Yeah, on the 23rd, this is when Saturn went retrograde, and Saturn is going to be retrograde for about 6 months. Saturn will go direct in October of 2021. And Saturn retrograde is, there's a couple of theories with Saturn retro. And once again, watch the video that I put up on YouTube about Saturn retrograde to, so I can explain a little bit more. It's kind of like some people say Saturn retro is like Saturn going to sleep and he's not really whooping ass like he usually does. But I say that Saturn is easing up off of some things that we have worked on already while he was direct, while he was whooping our asses in certain areas and saying, okay, I'm giving you directions, do this. Wait, no, you're not doing it the right way. Start all over again. No, wait, what the fuck are you doing? Like, try again, man. Get up, dust yourself off, get to work. So anything that we've listened and complied with while he was direct, when he goes retrograde, I see from my observations so far is like he eases up off of us with stuff like that. But anything that we haven't been doing the right thing with when he's retrograde, it's like he's checking us on stuff. He's checking through, oh, wait, hold on. He's like going through and analyzing what we've been doing. And if we've been doing anything wrong, that's when shit can hit the fan. We can have things boomeranged right back at us, and that's when we fall and fail and have to start over again during the retrograde period. Okay, so that's why we're seeing like Saturn's easing up off of the social distancing stuff, because social is Aquarius. Okay, distancing and putting a halt to things is Saturn. When he's retrograde, what does that mean? Anything he put into place when he was direct is being reversed. So that's just one example. But yeah, watch the video. I go in on the aspects he's making from here to the rest of the retrograde transit for the next 6 months. I tell you your horoscope, by your sign, how it's affecting your life and all of that, okay? But yeah, that started on the 23rd. Excuse me. So we are let's see. Venus and Juno were at the eclipse point on the 25th. That's on my notes here. Venus is at the June eclipse point. My bad. I can't read. Hooked on Phonics isn't working for me, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay. So Venus is at the June eclipse point. So in June, we have an eclipse in Sagittarius. In Gemini. It's only in Gemini because the sun and moon are both there. And so Venus is at the point of that eclipse. Let me see something here. So the eclipse is next month. I think it's 19 degrees of Gemini, I want to say. Yeah, 19 degrees of Gemini. Here, we don't need that. So it's at 19 Gemini. So yeah, like early on the 25th, Venus was at the eclipse point. If anybody noticed anything to do with money or love that came to their attention, then hey, that could be something that that can give you a sneak preview into the next eclipse and what it's bringing to you. All right. But yeah, the 26th, excuse me, we have the eclipse in Sagittarius. It's at 6 degrees of Sag, right? Or 5 degrees of Sagittarius. My bad. It's at 5 degrees of Sag. It was like, I remember it was like 4 something a.m. Pacific time. Yeah. So, and I don't know about you guys. I couldn't sleep, man. Like, I woke up exactly at the time that's on the screen is when I woke up, just mysteriously out of nowhere, bugging out about the things that this eclipse is highlighting for me. It's in the areas of finances and resources, and also, intimate relationships and stuff like that. Boy, let me tell you, I woke up at the time of this eclipse around, I think it was like around 4:15 a.m. my time, but I woke up like at 4:30 out of the blue, just bugging out about all this stuff. Like, what am I going to do with this? What about this? And oh my God, and this person, they fucking suck. I need to get rid of them. Like, all of that stuff, bugging out. And I've had like my closest friends messaging me all morning, saying I couldn't sleep last night and this and that and all these things on their mind. The eclipses really open your mind to things. Now, and plus, the people that I'm talking about, the friends that I'm talking about that have been like messaging me and like, what's going on, and telling me everything that's on their mind, they're all like water signs or very intuitive people that follow their intuition, and they really pay attention to like patterns and symbols and synchronicities and energy and all that. If you're not a person that does that, you probably won't even notice a damn thing about this eclipse. You probably won't really be affected very much, like mentally. Or if you notice that everybody around you is just like, la la la, skippity fucking doo-dah, like it's not affecting them any, but you find yourself being hella drained or emotional or something, it's because not everybody is aware like that. And plus, like, some people are so wrapped up in the physical material world that they can really, it's not that they're exempt from any effects of eclipses and major transits. They just don't stop and feel. They don't stop and think. They don't absorb like that, So, but the effects may still show up some other kind of way. Like maybe they might have something major pop off in their lives, like a major event, like a promotion with their job or an opportunity come up, because this eclipse, it is making a square to Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of opportunity. As a matter of fact, I had a friend hit me up, and they're a Cancer, right? And for Cancers, the Sagittarius part of the eclipse, it hits the work and job section, okay? And this is squaring Jupiter, which is opportunity. And they were telling me like, yo, I got this opportunity for a job and it seems too good to be true. I don't know if I should take it. So my advice was like, look into the opportunity, of course. But because Jupiter is going to go retrograde in the next month or two, I wouldn't take anything for face value, you guys. Like, if any opportunities, wherever the eclipse is hitting you, wherever Jupiter is at in your chart, Sagittarius energy, wants you to just jump and fly. Jupiter energy wants you to jump and fly, not really look at the consequences of things, right? But because it's a square, which is a challenging aspect, if it was like, something lighter, like a sextile or a trine or a conjunction, even with the full moon eclipse, I would say it's probably something that's a blessing that you could just run with. You know what I'm saying? But since there's a square, a challenge to Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius, which rules the same things, don't jump and fly if something pops up your way. Okay, investigate. Try to wait things out a little bit if you can. And also we have Mercury in its shadow period as I'm recording this. Okay, Mercury in shadow square to Neptune. Like, yo, listen, that's another thing I'm gonna talk about with this. Okay, I give you guys warnings every year about when Mercury is in Gemini, and all these planets are in Gemini. Why? Because right now, until the mid 2020s, we have Neptune in Pisces. Pisces energy is not all bad and evil. Don't come at me, okay? I am a Pisces moon. My moon aspects Neptune in my chart. This Neptune is on my moon right now. Okay. So I know the good and the bad. But let me tell you the bad. With all mutable signs, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius, some of them, when they operate on the darker, more negative side of their energies, can be shisty as fuck. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Shady, shisty, weird, switch up on you energy and stuff like that. Okay. So we've got Mercury in Gemini in its home sign going ha ha about everything and switching gears every 0.005.39 seconds in this bitch. Okay. Already doing that, and then having a challenging aspect to Neptune, which can on the negative side will deception and trickery and like really trying to pull the wool over your eyes, like creating fog, like creating illusions and pretty much lying. Lying weird motherfuckers come out of the woodworks whenever it's Gemini season in general. Okay, once again, Geminis just don't, okay? Because if you're a Gemini and you don't operate like this, clap, clap, good for you, okay? But there's some of y'all, your tendencies. Maybe you don't dive into the tendencies, but the tendencies. And then there's some people that they just are like, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, ha, 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 everywhere. And they don't mean a motherfucking thing that they're saying, ever. You guys know what I'm talking about. So this season already, and I'm going to give you guys an example of that in a second. Like the day that Mercury squared Neptune last week, the day I had a Gemini pop out. Lord have mercy. Let me tell you guys in a second. Oh my God. Anyway, so anything in Gemini season when it's squaring Neptune can bring out extra deception, meaning people running their trickery, their schemes and all this shit. You know what I mean? Like, even more robberies and thefts. Yo, I have that Ring app on my phone because I have cameras at my house. I'm a Scorpio rising. We don't play. We stay that googly eyed emoji 24/7. That is hashtag Scorpio life for us, that googly eyed emoji. Okay. So I have cameras. I have that application that's like bing, all these notifications of like what's going on in your hood, people capturing on the app pictures and videos of motherfuckers stealing or trying to stealing packages, stealing mail, tweakers trying to take batteries out of people's cars and shit. Like, oh my God, let me tell you, that app has been bing, 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 bing constantly under this transit. Every year I tell you guys there's more heightened chances of theft and, or people attempting theft or trying to panhandle and swindle and all that. It's just like, oh my God, the clownery is so real during Gemini season. Square the Pisces stuff, okay? So just watch out, you guys. And yeah, let me give you an example of that real quick. So a Gemini rising who's also a third houser. So that's like double, triple fucking Gemini right there. Under this Mercury square Neptune, it's like they hit me up with a message and it seemed suspect. So I was doing my Scorpio investigating, like questioning them. What's this really about, my G, And then they came back, oh, ha, ha, ha. Oh, they came back with some lies, some bullshit. Yeah, I sent the message I meant to send it to so-and-so, but I sent it to you. Ha ha. Ninja, if you don't get out of here with your BS, like, oh my God, I could read, like, come on, dude. Come on now, dog. Come on, man. Don't let me sick little Boosie on you or send you a Boosie meme, okay? So, yeah, just come on, people. Like, just no. So, yeah, because of that, my point is, anything that comes up under this eclipse, it's mutable energy all the way through. Just thoroughly investigate things. People can be presenting you with grand opportunities. And under all this Sag and this Jupiter energy, you're like, yay, this is awesome. I just want to jump towards it and fly. But yo, like, just have still some an air of caution, okay? And if you can, just kind of, like I said, wait things out a little bit. Take your time, to go over things. And if you can wait until after Mercury's retrograde for whatever comes up, like when he's no longer retro, no longer in shadow, no longer squaring deceptive ass, tricky ass Neptune either, which unfortunately that's not until mid-July. Okay, then wait things out. But if you can't wait like almost 2 months for things, it's understandable. Live your life. People live their lives not knowing astrology every fucking day. You know what I mean? So, but if you want to be ahead of the game, that's why you watch horoscopes, right? Just take your time, analyze things, yada yada yada. Enough of my little Scorpio lecture on how you should thoroughly investigate everything. Okay. So yeah, that's just the eclipse in a nutshell. I know there's other meanings to it, like it's in Sagittarius, so go for this and that and be optimistic and all that. Yeah, I already posted some stuff, a few things like that on Instagram. That's true and all, but you know, when we dive deep, look, there's a square to Jupiter. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got your parachute on. All right. Okay. So we have the moon switching into Capricorn on the 27th. Is it the 27th? Yeah, because it's like way later though. So it might be the 28th wherever you're at if you are in a different time zone, a different region. So the moon goes into Capricorn for a couple of days. And this is when I always notice that, like, eclipse or no eclipse, when the moon's in Sag, people go woohoo about everything, right? You just feel like you're the richest person in the world. You feel like you got all this money in the bank. You feel like you can do anything. You can conquer anything, right? And then you may do some stupid shit, right? And then, like, when the moon goes into Capricorn, then that's when you're like, oh man, did I really do that? You look at your bank account. Oh shit, did I really? Oh my God, I really didn't look at my bank account. Like, I really swiped the card that really. So I got like twisted and faded and that drunk when the moon was in Sag, and I didn't pay attention, and I like paid the tab of like the whole fucking bar. Like, you know what I mean? Just stuff like that. You know, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but still, you can do things that are not so smart. And then when the moon goes into Cap, it's like, oh wow, gee, like what a dumbass I was. And you can kind of suffer the consequences, because Capricorn is like the police or a stern father. You know, it's your accountant pointing the finger at you like, why did you spend this amount of money on the day of May 15th, 2021? And, you know, when you have this expense and blah, 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 blah. Like, they're waving their finger at you with their nerdy glasses on, okay? So that's kind of Moon and Capricorn days. You can be kind of like punishing yourself, like face palming yourself to death during Moon and Cap days. But they are also good days for business. Period, point blank. Good days for business or just getting your life together, you know? All right. So like I said, I'm going to have to skip a little bit, you guys, to make sure I conserve my voice for other things. Okay. Plus your girl is like so drained. Oh my God. Okay. What's next? Oh, Venus square Neptune. Oh my God. We got to talk about her. Let's back up a little bit in degrees. Okay. To when she makes that exact square, but it is on the 27th, and it's building up even before that. So even when it's not the 27th, you know, earlier in the week and building up to this in a few days after the 27th, we will still have Venus square Neptune. So this is another transit we need to watch out for when it comes to matters of money and love. Okay. So, excuse me. And on this day, on the 27th, we have the moon squaring Neptune and opposing Venus. And then we have Mercury still, you know, square Neptune. We have Venus now squaring Neptune exactly on this day. So, yeah, listen, and Mercury is in shadow. Like, this is prime time for ninjas to be popping up out of the woodworks, coming back to you, especially if they are a mutable sign. Okay. Talking this and that, promising you baby this, baby that. And they don't mean that. They don't fully mean that shit. They mean it in the moment. But none of these, like, consistency is not the thing for excuse me, Geminis, Pisces, and Sagittarius. Virgo is mutable, but it's a different story. Virgo is earth sign energy. It is mutable, but it's still earth energy. Earth energy is about consistency. Virgo will switch up on things too, in a way, but not like, but Virgo still thrives on consistency and routine. That's what Virgo rules. Okay. But these other fools on the wheel that are mutable, they don't like consistency. Okay. So if any of these ninjas that you know, ninjas or ninjets, okay, masculine or feminine, doesn't matter, pop up out of the woodworks talking about, I've changed, baby. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry for that. Don't take it for surface value, face value. Just don't. This is another thing you cannot take for face value. And the sun is still squaring Jupiter. Listen, I already had a friend tell me that some ninja disappearing, ghosting ass mofo ghosted for like almost a month and then pops up all of a sudden talking about, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I want to be with you, you know what I'm saying. If you don't look, not this fool doesn't know astrology like that, doesn't know that some of us are hip to astrology. And you know, I know I keep thinking an emoji, but hey, Neptune transits will do that to you. Pisces transits will do that to you, make you have a weird, vivid, wild imagination. I'm picturing my homie with being the emoji face. It's got the hand on its chin like, or the emoji with the little magnifying glass on his eyeball. Okay. Only one of them with one raised eyebrow like, you know what I'm saying? I imagine my homie looking at this fool like that. Like, seriously, no. All this mutable just get the out of here. So, I'm not saying for everybody to just not believe anybody at all, and just accuse everyone of lying. I'm saying just don't take everything as it seems to be right now, because there's so much in the air to where there could be a lot of confusion even on your part. Maybe you can misunderstand something that someone said. Maybe you thought a motherfucker said, yeah, I'm going to commit to you and be faithful and be consistent. But what he really said verbally was, yeah, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, girl. Like, you know, Sagittarius shit, Gemini shit. You know what I mean? They could have said that, but it somehow translated in your brain as, I love you and I'm trying to be with you forever. Okay, because Mercury is squaring Neptune, your comprehension may not be clear. So, you know, but yes, lying ass motherfuckers come out big time during this week. Just really be careful. Okay. So yeah, Venus square Neptune. Also be careful with losses of money and your material items too. Like, let me tell you guys, under this energy, okay, I've already like been in and out of my car a lot for one of my jobs and left important things in my car. And then like I dropped my debit card on the seat and I didn't realize it until I was in line at the grocery store looking like a fucking idiot trying to pay and check out. Like, where's my debit card? Yeah. Like, why? How? You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the questions you ask under a Mercury in shadow square Neptune. Venus is your material items and she's tagging along right behind Mercury, you know? So yeah, just be careful. You could drop money, lose money. Shit. That's already happened to me. I think I told you guys last week at one of my jobs, they had me on, I usually do security. They had me do some help out with some transactions with cash, you know, on site, and it was a windy day. Money just fucking blew away, yo, and that shit came out of my paycheck. I was so pissed. Like, losses of money and material things. Okay, be very careful, especially on the 27th, or your information, your financial information being compromised. Don't purchase anything online from any weird ass, janky ass looking websites. If you're a first time buyer of anything from any, like even a small business, I'm not knocking small businesses because I'm a small business motherfucker. Okay. So, but if you find a small little shop or something online, investigate them. Investigate them thoroughly before you push any buttons. Just saying, oh, this looks cool, I want to buy this. This is cute. Let me do and put your card information in. Because now online, online business is booming with Uranus and Taurus, which is so awesome. Like, I'm so happy for everybody else. I'm so hyped about it. This is a beautiful time for entrepreneurship. However, there's still some scammers out there. And under all this energy, hello, be very careful. And then, Venus square Neptune, that could be losses of money. You know what I'm saying? Just be very careful with that. Okay. I know you guys are probably tired of my Scorpio ass saying be careful, but this is just the theme of the week. Okay. All right. And if you meet anybody right now with Venus square Neptune, you could be easily fooled too. Trust and believe. Like, let's see. I met somebody, well, not really met somebody, like, I saw somebody that I thought was interesting and I was attracted to. Not on no dating apps. You guys know I don't really fuck with that shit, at least not right now. Okay. I still am not really into that. But, I saw somebody on, somewhere else online. I was like, yo, hey, they're cute. They seem cool or whatever. And then under Venus and Neptune, I was like, wow, look at them. They're this, they're that, and I don't just go by physical looks. I'm very into the mind and how people think and stuff like that. So it was that type of attraction that I had to this person. I was like, wow. And then then when they finally accepted my for me to be able to look at their profile, I saw that they're like a huge flirt and they're just like somebody that they want attention. So I would just be another nobody in a sea of nobodies on their social media, like just another chick that's just oogling over them. And I'm like, nah, I'm not really about that life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get married or nothing. Hell to the nah, but still, like, really, so you could be looking at people in this fantasy light right now, like they're the greatest, most gorgeous, beautiful, sparkling thing ever. But if you don't thoroughly investigate, you could be fooled very easily. So those of you who are actively dating out there personally, in person, or on the dating apps, this is a week where you need to be careful too, because this is when the fuckboy supreme squad just really comes out with their bullshit. Like, just, oh my God, on their BS big time. Anyhow, all right, let's move on. Enough of my shit talking, but the moon is in Sag, and hey, that's what Sag energy makes us do. So the moon goes into Aquarius on the 29th, okay? Moon goes into Aquarius. It's probably like later. And those are days when, like I say every month, your inner weirdo and alien, and for some people, your social justice warrior side comes through. You don't want people to tell you what to do. You're very rebellious. You know what I'm saying? You just don't really venture too much outside of what you think is right. This is a fixed sign, and all the fixed signs, they tend to always think and know that they're right. In their minds, they're right, and they just stick with that. Aquarius is air energy, which is very it can shift and stuff very easily, but it's still fixed energy. So it's like mental air energy, but it's fixed in its thoughts and ways. So we can be kind of stubborn about what we think is right under a moon in Aquarius, and especially if it comes to like fighting for rights or talking about injustices, whether personally or collectively or globally or whatever. Right? We can just think we're right and everybody else is wrong. And Aquarius energy could be a little preachy too, so that side can come out to, for some people. But individually, for regular people, moon in Aquarius days, we do think a lot about things that are quote unquote outside the box. We think about science and aliens and space and shit. We may want to dress a little different, or wear different jewelry or accessories or things that people don't usually see us in. We might want to do that. Just, being a little bit more different, letting your side come through that you may keep suppressed when you have to, like, if you work a corporate job, for example, or you have to save face and always keep a certain image, as if you are professional and, oh, I don't do this, I don't do that, ooh. When the moon is in Aquarius, sometimes you're like, fuck it, whatever. Like, I wear what I want, I do what I want, I say what I want. So, yeah, that's just moon in Aquarius days. Just a few things about it. It's from the 29th of May until June 1st. We have this energy. And last but not least, we have Mercury going retrograde on the 29th. Joy, oh motherfucking joy, right? So Mercury is retro, officially retrograde on the 29th. But let me tell you guys, the shadow period is way too real, y'all. It's way too real. There's already been, I saw an accident happen in front of me yesterday. Crunch, like it's just more common during this time. During the shadow period, all that stuff can still happen. Okay. Oh, I'm really running out of steam. So I'm going to just stop this right here. You guys know the deal with Mercury retro. Slow down, read things over and over and over again, especially under this square to Neptune. You could read something and what you thought you read, you go back and read it again. You're like, why the hell did I think it was that? Or even typing and writing things, you just do and send, and then you go back and then somebody asks you, what does this mean? What do you mean by this? You go back and read it. What the fuck? I didn't know I didn't mean that. Yeah, that's already been going on for the last 2 weeks. So it's in full effect starting the 29th. All right, you guys. So that is it for this week's forecast. Once again, I apologize for the delay for it. But yeah, don't forget to check out the in-depth horoscopes that I have on specific transits that I did talk about in this forecast, diving a lot deeper, and to join me on Patreon to have full access to those at any time, as well as some other goodies and upcoming really dope shit. All right. So thank you guys for listening. And don't forget to stay posted on IG for my next Clubhouse talk with Apollonia. We're going to have a good time. So I need to conserve and preserve my voice for stuff like that. So signing off, and thanks for listening. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Peace.